Alright, getting in for game 3. We just lost game 2 of round 2 to a punt of ourselves, which I'm not going to dwell a lot. It was just me tapping my mana because I punt sometimes as well. So shit happens. So let's go, let's play this game more comfortably. We have an amazing starting hand. If he doesn't have like a turn 1 removal for a rallier, because we will just go fetch for an island, play the rallier, get back a prismatic vista, and we can just hold up a firm rate and get insanely ahead on value. So I'm completely fine with that. I will get a lot of lands in play. And the best part of this is it forces our opponent, like, just because he might be holding a path, I'm not doing it right now. But if he fetches, I'm ephemerate in response, because it forces our opponent to deal with this renegade rally on his turn, so we don't get an extra trigger. So I'm just saying go, forcing our opponent to tap down on his turn to deal with our 2 mana play, or with our turn 2 play is extremely annoying for him. Like fun. So if he does nothing, I'm not doing anything, because I don't want to get stopped by like a push if he's playing an Esper, or a buff if he's playing a Sorius. Our opponent like doing nothing with his life. Now we are ephemerate in response. If this is a force of negation, I'm also happy. Sadly my draws were lands mostly, but it's still fine. This deck can be really mana star late game. So this is great. He now has to use a removal on this creature and allow us to untap and maybe top deck something useful. We have so much mana, nothing to do with it, but I'm fine. So our opponent is playing, what's the name of this? Likely Through the Reach, if I have to guess from that. This is not a great matchup, especially if he has like a combo hand. So this will get bolted soon. And we just want to top deck like an Enigmatic, a Teferi, Lurus. We want like our value plays. Kenrith, Enigmatic, Teferis, an Eternal Witness, or like Lurus. Other than that, our draws might be pretty mediocre in this spot. So on upkeep we are doing this, get an extra land in play. Wasting our opponent on removal, and be transforming Eternal Witness into as well an amazing draw. That does literally nothing, sadly. If it's Kiki Shiki combo instead of, what was the name of it? Of Through the Reach, then this is amazing, as it stops his combo for just 1 mana that is laying there. Our opponent doing nothing really scares me, as I really guess he has like a fast combo hand, if I have to say so. The only good part is I can play this Yorion while being able to play for Mana Leak, which is something. So it's like an Archmage Charm, but an Archmage Charm is not it's much less devastating. I will also try to leave up Scaly Aberration mana, as I will play it as a bear in order to just get a bit more pressure. Here comes the charm, and now we just need a payoff. Oh. Remand is extremely annoying, of course. So I'm just playing this as a bear because I need some pressure on board. Alright. So I want to do, can I just do nothing with this trigger? Come on. Sometimes Magic Online just has its problems. That's fine. Let's see. I don't think I can ever win from this spot, but let's see what happens. That was a lot of flat. We took like one spell this whole game. Yeah. So that means he likely doesn't have the combo, but we just flooded so much he can still win from doing nothing. We kept a hand with 3 lands. We played 2 because of Rallier, and we have 7 in play, and we top deck like a second Utopia Scroll. Of course he has a charm as well, and we are now on the top deck and Enigmatic and him having nothing planned, which sucks. Alright, it's not Breach. If only that was uncontrollable itself. I will hold that, because playing it does nothing, while holding it might make our next spell resolve. I can see that playing it can make a number of 3/3s, but it's not enough, I think. So we're holding it like this. Like this turn I could attack with an extra 3/3, but not much else. So he's looking for a combo. Okay. Does he have it? Not yet. So let's draw something good. Lurrus, it's almost something good, so that's a good deal. So that means he's really likely Kiki combo. That's annoying, but that's not the worst. This is, I'm not willing to just, that's a punt, I shouldn't have done that. Oh no, yes, I have to do that. So I'm starting, if I had to guess, he's on Kiki Shiki from what I'm seeing. So let's punish the snap play. He's casting Garbage Charm here, which means if he doesn't have another one, he has enough mana to Kiki combo next turn. So, but not being sure if it's Kiki combo. So do I want to play the Seal of Fire? And I think I do, because if it's Kiki combo, it's the only thing keeping me alive. Because if he has his removal for this is a bolt, and he didn't do it, so I know it's weird, but I'm assuming it's Kiki combo. I mean, he had the bolt, so it's mostly irrelevant. But we would almost have lethal with that on board. Now I get really punished for not playing the Destiny Spinner, and that sucks. So we're playing this and hope he doesn't have an answer, which is really hope he does have an answer. Fuck. Yeah, maybe I should have just played the Destiny Spinner and hope he didn't have the combo, which he clearly doesn't have, and I punted this game away, and that sucks. Because if I had the Destiny Spinner, right now I could resolve an Enigmatic Incarnation and just take over the game. Instead he's going to draw so many cards and we're just dead to a lot of stuff. That was not a great play from me. I really made some tiny misplays there. And my computer not working correctly. I mean, my internet connection not working correctly is a bit tilting. Like, it really makes the game a lot more annoying. Come on. Give me a good spell. Yeah, my internet connection not working correctly can be really annoying when you're losing and just seeing their game not working. You just feel down, and that's a really tough draw in this spot. I think I'm better off doing nothing and just hoping if I top deck like an ETB creature, I can go triple spell and hope it's good enough. That's the plan. It's not a good plan, but it's only plan I have. He at least bottom, that's something. Kenrith is weird. Kitchen thinks it's the sort of creature I want you to see, as it's annoying for him to deal with, might hit a counter spell, is good with ephemerate. If he has double counter, this game is over. Like, if that happens, that means the game is likely over. But I'm not going to consider it till he shows me his combo, because I want to know if it's Kiki or Breach. Okay, at least that's not a hard counter, which means I still have a threat in my hand for next turn. He was through the reach, which means I lost the game when I make this play. Fuck. This is not me playing correctly at all. If I had gone for the Destiny Spin, I would likely have won that game. So that's what tilts me out. Like, there was two plays, and I don't think either one was optimal over the other, but it clearly was. Clearly it was the other play. Destiny Spinner was the correct play because it was better in more spots. This is a ramping hand, so I'm going to keep. I went from playing all my leagues yesterday, like I played 2 leagues and I faced 4 burn players and 4 shadow players, like literally 8 Lurus decks, 8 out of 10, and now that I changed my sideboard appropriately, I'm facing 0, and that's the worst. So, okay, we're just going on the put shot in our hand plan this turn. The early flood really killed us last game. There was no reason, like, we drew a bit too many lands after we ramped. Like, we are playing a 21 land equivalent deck. Drawing so many lands, it's just bad. Why is he playing Roger in Triumph and Ketria Triumph? If I had to assume, it would be like... That's a good draw, actually. So let's try with this, see if this hits a counter spell. That's great. That's amazing, but we cannot cast it, sadly. So it's not that great. But it means any shock land probably resolves this. This likely gets bolted next turn, so that's why we started with this. Phototopia's problem in the same forest becomes infinite mana. Irrelevant, but possible. So this Shorion, I think, cannot be countered in any way, shape or form now, unless he has like Bolt, Remand, and Force of Negation. Attacking first would have been something smart, but I'm not smart. Having this ephemerate is amazing. Ephemerate is always amazing. And I'm so happy this was a Destiny Spinner or a Brain Maggot, because this was the Brain Maggot. This was like a Spellskite, and Spellskite Brain Maggot would have been extremely sad in this game. So let's see what he does. We're getting out of the Spreading Seas now. And as we're not cutting his colors, I'm cutting his creature. Scavenging Ghost is a good magic card, so we're one black mana away from being in a great spot. Does our opponent just have like an extremely fast combo hand, and he's just all in on that? Because it feels like that, and I should have moved one of these into black. I'm clearly playing tilted, and I kind of deserve it. And I kind of deserve the loss that I'm about to get because of that. I'm just not playing in the correct setup mentally. Because if I had moved one of these, I could Schooler, and I would even be rewarded with a Lurrus for playing with half a neuron, which is something I'm not doing. We're just going to lose to like Emrakul and plus. Actually, Emrakul plus Volt is not lethal unless he volts now. If he volts now, we're just dead. Like, so dead. Like, dead. Such a weird play. But I'm 100% on board with it. I am finally be able to fix my misplay likely. I'm going to exile that. I'm actually willing to exile not all of them. Which one is the most important one? I can just... If he attacks with Emrakul, I have enough things to sack. I think so. I can just sack Utopia, Spreading Seas, land on land. Utopia, Seas, land, and still have lethal. So I'm taking that in case of like Anger of the Gods. In case of like Anger of the Gods. Oof. Alright, one good play to fix my stupid play. I'm happy with that. Fix my huge punt with a good play. Come on, game 3, let's go. We know what he's in, we know how to face it. We have played this deck a lot. This hand is great, let's go for it. Even mulligan. Let's hope we win this game. We're going with this. So we're going with the turn 2 Teferi, of course, because he's playing Remand over Mana Leak, which means even if it gets countered, and even if it gets countered, we have the turn of Witness. So I'm starting with... That's a good draw for late game. Snapcaster is really important for that deck. So this gets remanded in every universe. Like there's no doubt in my mind. This is not getting remanded? Are we actually getting a chance? Alright, this is interesting. So next turn we just go likely like double Scavenging Ooze and start piling up the pressure, if you ask me. No, I'm going, now that I draw that becomes a bit different. I'm placing this in here because I want to fetch this, because I want to spread my Utopia Sprawls. Which is not common, but in this specific scenario, I think it's... I can cut him off that, but that's a next turn play. This turn I would prefer to just develop this Goose as a good blocker. As a good blocker, no, as a good attacker, as I want to start piling up some pressure against him. So we have to do two things. We have to stay above 15 and have enough irrelevant permanents where we can survive the Emrakul attack. Right now we already have 8 permanents, which is an obscene amount, and we will almost double that. So the remaining part is gaining life. Is he going for a bolt phase? No, he's going for a snap bolt, that's fine. That's fine because we have 5 mana, we need to draw land. Land is key. Done. Ephemerate is not a land, but it's a good draw. Ephemerate is actually pretty great. Because it allows me to go Eternal Witness, Ephemerate, get back a land, say go with a land open, and not fail my land drop with while holding Ephemerate plus Scavenging Ghost activation. This lag is so annoying. Internet connection failing is extremely annoying to play Magic. So I can hold up Ephemerate and Scavenging Ghost activation, which both are great. And Ephemerate will get me back my Teferi eventually. I don't need to rush it because I have this as well, so I have some plays. So I want to make sure I get my land drop. And I would also like to just use the Ephemerate right now on here. Just so I can make sure I have that Teferi in hand for next turn. Also, if possible, I want to really increase the number of permanents. In the game, I mean. Use it with this ability, yes. Yes. I will use the Ephemerate right now, because I don't want to fail my land drop in any way, shape or form. So next, we are not dead to an Emrakul, but we are not in a good position by a long shot if his hand is like specifically that, because we have to sacrifice a bit too many permanents. But with Eternal Witness and the Scavenging Ooze and a few other stuff, maybe it's not the end of the world. But he does have to have like those 2 specific cards in hand like right now. And if we get like 1 turn, we might be in a good spot. Alright, he doesn't have it. That's right. So I'm blocking. He doesn't even attack. That's kind of weird. So we're starting with this here, which I don't think it will ever resolve. But if it does resolve, I think we can actually win. That's great. We get back Ephemerate. So now we only have 1 goal, which is getting above the amount of life we need. Withdraw. Please be a land. Okay. So now we have only 1 win con, which is getting above 15 life. Because if we are not above 15 life, means we can just lose a bit too many random bullshit for my liking. Remand is not something. I'm not actually even recasting the Teferi thing. I don't think I'm actually doing anything, as weird as it sounds. Like, I really don't want to go down to 14. But I think I'm kind of... No, I can just wait. I will wait, actually. I need to just keep calm, I think, and not force myself into the issue. He needs to have, like... His hand needs to be, like, 4 specific cards out of 5 to win. Land, Through the Reach, Emrakul, and Bolt. Him not having them now means he doesn't have them, and it means I will risk myself to him drawing them. As weird as it sounds, him not having them now means I can likely just... I likely have enough time to find an answer. Which is like any card that gains life. That's literally an answer. So what does he have right now? 50 command. 50 command is annoying. Counter draw, that's annoying, but dealable. So I'm playing this. I'm getting back my def for next turn, and I'm eating that cryptic command in advance. So, if we need to gain 1 life, like we have a possibility of getting 1 life if we need to by ephemerizing here, with as weird as it sounds, and then eating with the schools. Which could someday be somehow relevant, I don't think so. But so what's the plan? Him not having through a reach and Ragul for an extra turn is the first part of it. And now we're just going to expose ourselves to it finally. Like, we are giving him the chance to kill us if he has it. Unless we find, of course, like Kitchen Things or Charming Prince or Enigmatic Incarnation, which save us. And Omen of the Seas is not any of those, sadly. So if this resolves, I'm going for the Omen of the Seas. Him going for that one is perfectly fine. Like, that's not the one I care about defending. That's probably a mistake by him. Remand is extremely annoying for my mana, but I will recast it. If he has like the combo after this, that's nothing I can do. So I'm getting back this. So with the Scavenging Goose, I'm eating that one of those balls because that's the only thing I have mana for. I'm plusing this and I'm saying go. So he has 2 cards in hand. If they are the combo, he just wins like on the spot. Him playing a land means it's decent, which gives me turn to find what I want, which is literally any way to just gain life. Any way to gain life means this game is over because I can easily survive the sacrifice trigger, but I cannot survive this 15 life damage. Lurus is a start, but I will start by digging. Elite Spellbinder is info, and we have Ephemerate. It's not only info, it's a clock as well, so let's go for that one. Alright, that's perfect. That actually denies the through the reach, and this will deny the scries. Like, ironically, Spellbinder is stupidly great against that specific deck, because he can never get, like, because it just stops the through the reach combo. So that's perfect. And I think that's automatically a win. Like, that was the turn we actually just make sure this game is over. I can actually do, there's no need to like risk my board doing that. He played a land. Did he top the Ganger of the Gods? That's his best draw by a good margin. But we're still ahead, just a bit annoyed. We are actually going to blow up almost all his lands. This is a small, not really a lock, but you will see what I mean in a moment. We're just going to start going Lurus, copying this with the Fulminator, just blow up his lands every single turn, like blow up a land per turn. So this means on the long term he's just going to be with only this mana, these resources. And we have even cut down on the scries while having a clock. Alright, we started this game punting, but I think we got ourselves back in the game. The Destiny Spinner mistake on the previously clearly tilted us a bit. Prismary Command is the perfect card for him. When did he even make a treasure? This is perfect. Finally a good draw. Finally finding an Enigmatic in a game. Like, these Enigmatics have been hiding somewhere for all this league. I'm just gonna keep digging for a clock because I just want this. This game is over. We have already won. He cannot win from here. The only part missing is actually winning, and that's where we will just start heading right now. Prismatic Command is a really good card. It's amazing in 3 reach. I think it's a bit clunky in other decks, sadly. So let's make a huge board. So this is a 2-turn clock. So we're going for 10 next turn. And if we find like an Omen of the Force or a Seal of Fire, I think we have lethal. Take Hollow Scooter means there's nothing, he cannot actually combo us in any way or form. Our opponent is amazing. I just realized, and now I can actually just play Yorion. Our opponent seems tilted, so I'm just going to have some fun. But yeah, we have so many resources against his 0 that we're just playing for fun. Actually, I'm actually just trying to end the game, but I'm not finding a way to do so. But we will eventually, and he cannot do anything to stop us right now. I don't even want more incarnations, I think. Triple land. I will just get a Rallier. In case you didn't know, rule 104.3, it's literally the rule that says you can concede at any moment. Like, you are free to concede at any moment in a specific game. So, that's exactly what I'm saying to him. You can just concede if you're bored. No one is going to force you to play this. Our opponent is a bit tilted, he can have it. At least we're 2-1 on a league and our lose was 2-up. It's not a bad matchup and we punted on it, so our lose was to ourselves. And I actually have the consideration of just not attacking. Just to tilt him a bit more, but let's not be assholes. Alright, that's it for game 3.